Podcast starts at 19 seconds.
So we are back officially again with now season 3 of Fit the Description. So let me go ahead and start off with the new intro. Well, not really new intro, it's the same intro, but hey, it's a new year. So first, let me start by saying Happy New Year's, welcome back, and let me go ahead and introduce the podcast as usual. Welcome to Fit the Description, a Black men's podcast where various Black men come together to talk about life, society, entertainment, culture, and news, and whatever else we want to talk about from various Black men's perspectives. I'm your host, G, and today we got James.
What up?
And we may have some people come on in a little while, but we'll see what happens. But again, first year back, and I got some new announcements to let y'all know about. So this might take a minute, but I got to update y'all, let you know what's going on, let you know what's new happening. And then, we're going to go ahead and get into the podcast. But let me let you know about the updates and what we did and some of the changes that we made. So first things I want to say that since we've been away, I went ahead and re-updated everything, re-updated all the episodes on the podcast. So now this one is now season 3. So we do have a season 1, season 2, and now we have season 3. I renumbered everything. Everything's kind of more cleaned up, a lot more organized. So now we have everything in order. All the podcasts are numbered right, and we actually now have season. And this season right here, this is the first episode of season 3. The next thing I got, and this is probably the biggest announcement, and I didn't realize it until I kind of looked at the dates, and I'm pretty shocked. So it's going to change a couple of things, particularly for y'all on the audio platforms. As of now, as the releasing of this one, all podcasts are up to date. So now the audio and the YouTube channels are now up to date with each other. So that means there's going to be a couple of changes. Not really many, but just about 2. So this is what's going to happen. Saturdays, the podcast will be released on YouTube. And then on Monday, it will be released on the audio platforms. It will be the same episode. It's going to be released 2 days later. And a lot of that is because Saturday is just, it's the weekend. So I wanted to put it out then. And you can see the video part. Or you can watch it on the audio platforms on Monday while you're driving to work. So that's pretty much the big change. So so the good news is y'all are now caught up. The bad news is, though, if we take a break, you're also going to be taking a break now. You are actually now caught up. So, this year, we're starting off right. The next thing I got to let y'all know is I want to just run down the list. But like I said earlier, we are on various audio platforms. And to list them out, the ones that I know so far that I wrote out, we're on Spotify, iTunes, Anchor, Google Podcasts, iHeart Radio, Amazon Music, Pocket Cast, RadioPublic, Podvine, and Stitcher. I think we're on like 1 or 2 more, but these are the ones I have written down. Oh, also, I need to let y'all know, actually, I'm going to put on the screen real quick because that's something else I got to let y'all know about. If you're looking on screen right now, what you're looking at is the Patreon. Basically, what goes on here, and actually, I need to explain to y'all the tiers and what's happening. So now that we got it up, I'm actually going to start uploading on the Patreon, but understand I'm going to upload as I can because I am pretty much spread thin. I got a lot of different YouTube channels I'm working on, but just so you know, because sometimes, it can get pretty rough and there's a lot of stuff that we really can't say on YouTube. So we decided to go ahead and make a Patreon. So if y'all want to check that out, there is a small fee, which you can see on the screen, but if you go ahead and become a patron, there's going to be some things that you get out of it. And this is what it is for now. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the tiers. So as you see right now, our first tier is $2 a month, which that's our appreciation tier. And all that really does is just, if you become a patron, every chapter of the podcast that we release, you're going to be put at the end on the credits. So you'll actually be credited. And it's just a thank you for being our patron and helping us build this community and build this brand. The next tier is our $3 tier, which is our experimental tier. And that's basically just content that we're just trying out. We actually, as of right now, we uploaded a reaction to what's his name, the Strat Man on his house, and so me and B so far reacted to that. So if you want to see us react, check that one out. But again, that's just our experimental tier. So that's where, we try things out, try different shows. And the cool thing about this tier is that you actually may get episodes and shows on there before they actually get released on the YouTube and to the public. So if you want to have first dibs on certain shows or certain ideas that we have before, and maybe they may come out, if they do, that's a good way to be, first in line and see basically the work that we're trying to work on before everybody else. Now, not everything's going to be released on here first, but like I said, this just gives us a chance to just do experimental and hopefully hear back from you to see if you like it or any changes. But it just gives you a chance to kind of see our ideas and gives us a chance to get some feedback. Now, the big tier, which is my favorite tier, is the $5 tier, which that's fit the description, cut content. But I want to say this real quick, that so with the cut content, this is going to be here on the Patreon, and our goal is to actually launch our website, hopefully more closer to the future than further. But when we do, cut content is going to be released here, and hopefully we can get a membership page and it will be released there for the same price. These are episodes we had to cut out of the podcast, whether it's because basically it was just too long or it was a little bit, kind of iffy. I like to say unsafe for YouTube. So if you want to check that out, check out on Fit the Description, cut content. And actually, the last episode I uploaded, actually I should say the first episode, not technically the first episode, but the first episode that we uploaded was basically us going over, like ratings or whatever. So like basically what everybody leads in. So I uploaded the one from 2021. We may do another one for 2022. That's our plan, but 2021 is actually up right now, so you can check that out for the $5 tier. Now, our two most expensive tiers is our $50 tier and our $100 tier. And the first one, which is the $50 tier, which honestly, I wouldn't even really worry about these because this is more if we become bigger. Well, I take that back. When we become bigger, that's when these are going to apply. But just to explain to you what's going to happen. So the $50 tier is guaranteed to get your questions answered. So we don't really have a big audience yet. So right now, this is your best chance if you want to be a part of the podcast and ask a question and get them answered. I would say do it right now, because as we get bigger, if you want a guaranteed way to get your question answered on the podcast or even be featured, you want to go on here. And I mean, I don't know if we can do it every episode, but we'll make sure that if you do pay, we will make sure to answer your question no matter what. Even if it's not on the next episode, it will be on an upcoming episode, but you will get your question answered. But it's just a great guaranteed way. If you have a question for us, you can get answered. So you don't have to be in the comments and we pick and choose. You can actually make sure that you're on the podcast. Now, the $100 tier, that's our most expensive tier. That allows you to choose a topic that we have to go over on a future episode of Fit the Description. So now I would say this. I know those are pretty high, but honestly, I'll just be totally 100% real with you. That is because, but we just don't want to be overloaded. That's why it's so high, because if we do get them, we don't want too many. But again, if you want a guaranteed way to be a part of the podcast, you can either get your question answered or you can go ahead and, $100 and you can pick a topic. And I am also at this, there also may be a chance that we may invite you on to maybe do a debate with one of us, depending on if we like your question. And it just depends on who wants to do it, because we are thinking about doing new shows. And I think that's the next thing I want to talk about, is that in the future, as you know, Fit the Description is the flagship show for this channel, OPN. But my goal is to expand this YouTube channel and offer you more content and more shows. And we do have one, I do have one in the works, which is not going to be me. It's actually going to be somebody else. And he already has a couple of episodes recorded. I don't know when he's going to be ready, but once he's ready and I get a few more episodes, we're going to go ahead and put it on here. And yeah, because our goal is to expand this channel, because I want to be honest with you. The theme of this year is growth. And we really, really, really want to grow this year. We really want to make an effort to really, grow this channel and grow this brand. So hopefully y'all rock with us. Now, a few more things before we're done. Like I said, this is a big update. I just want to get this out the way so we don't have to worry about this in the future. I now do, if you haven't heard of the Wisdom app, check that out. I actually do different, basically talks on there, or I like to call them rambles because I just go on there and ramble. But if you want to just hear from me and, and also hear from other people, because I also ask random people questions on there, check out the Wisdom app. I definitely enjoy it. I definitely like it. I think y'all will enjoy it. And again, if you just want to hear me ramble for like an hour or two, that's the way to do it. You can kind of get my thoughts when I'm thinking about throughout the day, what my plans are for the podcast. And you may get like, a few gems that you won't get anyplace else. And I basically just do live streams once a week. So you'll have to catch me. But if you catch me, you can hear from me. And not that, I even bring on guests. So actually, the funny thing is, I actually had a chance to talk to the owner of the Wisdom app. So that was pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, my goal, hopefully one day, if I get another chance, I would love to do an interview with her about the app and, what she did and, how she went through the process. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. But I also talked to many people on there. So if you ever want to, have a chance to talk to me directly, that's the best way to do it. Maybe I'll try to get some of the other people on the podcast on there. We'll see what happens. I gotta see, but that is one way if you want to, know what's directly going on and want to talk to me personally. That's kind of the way to do it. Let me see. Whew, got a lot to go, but we're almost done. We're also on Rumble just in case. So we actually do dual uploads on Rumble. Oh, I want to say shout out to the audience on Rumble. I see y'all. I went on there. I pay attention. I be seeing y'all watching. I be seeing y'all likes. I see y'all over there. And I want to thank y'all for checking us out. And, definitely, I just want to make sure to let y'all know that we haven't forgot about you. And yes, we do an upload on Rumble. So you can catch us here on YouTube or you can catch us there on Rumble. We're based on both places. So, just in case something does happen to the YouTube channel, we do have a backup. So if you're on Rumble, shout out to y'all and keep checking us out. If you're here on YouTube, we're going to be here. So, and also, and I'm just going to let y'all on Rumble know that I don't check it as often as I do YouTube. But hey, again, if you have anything you want to say, anything you want to comment, make sure to come over to YouTube and do a little comment underneath. Let me see. So yeah, so that's it with Rumble. And also, I guess the other thing is that we do have an Instagram, Opinion Piece Network on Instagram. I haven't posted anything on there. I need to work on it. I just haven't had time. But we do have an Instagram. If you want to subscribe, if you want to check us out, we are over there. And the last thing that I gotta say is, I understand that these podcasts could be pretty long. So if you want to check out more small form factors of the podcast, make sure to check us out on Fit the Description or Fit the Description podcast on YouTube, where you get clips of ours. And actually, pretty soon I might be releasing something kind of crazy on that channel. So stay tuned for that. And well, it's not even going to be a clip. It's probably going to be a short. So stay tuned to that. Actually, maybe a clip and a short. I got to figure it out. But just stay tuned, because I think you're going to see something crazy. So I'm going to start working on that pretty soon here, because I do have an idea. I want to try it out, see what happens. And then, oh, the good news is that we're back, but this is the bad news though. Because we're back, it looks like for right now, we're going to have to go back down to 2 to 3 clips a week, outside of how we did 4 clips a week. And that's only because that we're back, so I only have so much time. And I kind of messed up because I didn't clip out as many as I thought I did, so I still got to go through it. But if you do want to check out, if you do want to see small form factors of this podcast, make sure to check out the clips channel, Fit the Description here on YouTube. And yeah, and then after that, I guess the last thing I want to say, again, Happy New Year's. Thank y'all for rocking with us. We're back again. And again, like I said, the theme of this year is to grow. So hopefully you help us out. So make sure to like and subscribe, and make sure to tell your people and tell them to like and subscribe and share it. That was a lot to get through. This is our longest opening. I do not plan on having an opening this long at all, but we're going to go ahead and get to the podcast. That was a super long opening. God, I didn't think it was going to be that long. Oh, but yes, actually, we do have comments. So, and they kind of directed at me. So I'll go ahead and read these off this time. He did ask a question that I am willing to answer. So I don't know if you can see it. But he said, next episode idea. Once y'all up and receiving that bag deposit check, y'all should talk about and share with us where you're going to use and spend that paper. So basically, he's talking about the stimulus check. And, I don't know if everybody could speak on it.
The stimulus check?
Yes. So basically, the stimulus check back in 2020.
Oh, my God.
Yep. So did you even get one?
Yes.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Are you willing, if you're able to, are you willing to share on what did you do with it?
Bought cocaine. Bags and bags of cocaine.
You know that ain't good for you, man. You know that, right?
Why is that?
Just saying. They say they always got that one bad seed of the podcast at that tragedy story. So that one dude that just ODs, like every group has that one guy that just gets addicted to drugs and then ODs one day. So
I never said I smoked it. What is wrong with you?
Well, I don't know what you do.
I'm an enterprising young man.
You're an entrepreneur?
I'm an enterprising young man. Thank you very much.
Oh, shoot. I'll tell you what I can. And I'll go ahead and answer that question on what did I do with that stimulus check? I can't necessarily tell you where all the funds went. Not that I did anything illegal with them, but I can't tell you everything because there's some things that just kind of personal and just something I just don't remember. But what I can tell you, the majority of the funds went to was reinvesting. And I'm sure y'all like reinvesting in what? Well, you're kind of listening to it. You see this podcast? And I don't know if y'all listen to the older podcast, but if you ever listen to the older episode, I did said that we had the gear ready to basically start doing live streaming. All I needed now was a location and basically a working vehicle. But if you really want to know where most of the funds went to, honestly, like what I did with most of that stimulus check, outside of probably like paying bills and paying off debt and a couple other things too, most of it just went into reinvesting. That's honestly where most of it went into. Business, expensive equipment, all reinvested. That's what I did with most of the funds. I didn't go out and blow it. I didn't go out and buy new shoes or new clothes like some people I know. I didn't go out and buy this. I mean, honestly, what I should have done was buy a new car so I could have got more work, honestly. I should just say that I love and got a new car. I didn't do like some people and spend on cocaine. But yeah, that's basically where, I mean, it's not really a big, long talk. It's just.
So what's wrong with spending money on cocaine?
What do you mean what's wrong with spending money on cocaine? All I'm saying, man.
Look, like I don't really tell people what I really spent it on.
Oh, no, I don't expect you to tell. That's
Mr.
why I said,
Open Book.
Well, yeah. I'm not doing nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I reinvested in what we're doing here.
I didn't do anything wrong with mine either.
Well, we don't know that. Like I said, you could be like I said, you could be telling.
Look, I gave mine to charity.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
a man of God, huh?
What?
I said, a man of God, huh?
I said I gave mine to charity.
Yeah, so you're doing the righteous thing.
Exactly.
So you're probably a man of God.
No, I just decided to help out the poor, innocent, God-fearing single women of the world.
Oh man. Look at that. We got, like I said, I mean, you see, we're changing lives out here. You see, this is one man that went from selling cocaine out the back of a truck to becoming a male feminist and preaching women's rights.
Supporting all these lonely, single mothers out there. Yeah, we support you and salute.
110%. So that's what he did. You see, we're responsible. He put it back into the community. I put it into the business. So
I literally did put it back into the community.
I'm not arguing that.
I mean, $1 at a time.
Oh, shoot.
Oh God, we're gonna get canceled.
Yeah, sooner or later.
Kid, I don't care. Go ahead, cancel me, dickheads. Good luck.
Hey, no, I mean, put like this. If they ever listen to the Patreon when I start releasing some of these other episodes, trust me, that would probably be the thing that gets us canceled.
Nope. Can't. Freedom of speech.
Man.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Hold up. How does that work?
What?
Okay, YouTube has a bunch of guidelines, right?
Yes.
You violate those guidelines, you get canceled, right?
You mean off of YouTube?
Yeah, like they'll ban you from YouTube. Yeah.
It's more like you get a strike. So you get it's like a 3-strike system.
Okay, 3-strike system and you're out, right?
Basically, yes.
What if you suffer from like Tourette's?
You know what? There is somebody actually on YouTube that does, and she is actually her name. I actually saw her name is Sweet Anita, and she has Tourette's. And yeah, she they tried to cancel her, but it didn't really work because it was a Tourette's. Because she came out and said. And,
well, okay, yeah, I'm not talking about canceling. Like YouTube, can YouTube ban somebody who has Tourette's?
Well, she didn't get banned because she had Tourette's, and she says a lot of messed up things because of her Tourette's, and yeah, she's fine. So okay, I think she talked to YouTube, and YouTube said it's okay, or was it Twitch? I forgot either way.
So probably Twitch. So okay, so how can YouTube differentiate somebody who has Tourette's and somebody who doesn't?
Well, all I know from my understanding is that she talked to YouTube personally.
Now, how does YouTube? How is they able to differentiate between one and the other?
Oh, you're asking the wrong person. All I could tell you is from what I heard.
I want to know right now.
Again, you're talking to the wrong person.
Because these motherfuckers need to tell me what the.
I mean, all I could do is send you a link of the terms of service, which I'll actually link it.
Terms and conditions.
Well, I mean, those are the guidelines we gotta live under, man.
What are you talking about? But that goes against what I believe in, because I identify as somebody who may have Tourette's.
Do you have medical documents?
I identify. Tell me what I identify as, you piece of.
Again, I can't help you with that.
I'm going to my congressman. How dare you? If somebody can identify as a weed whacker, then I can identify as somebody who has Tourette's, and then you can't penalize me on YouTube. I'm gonna sue. I'm gonna be fucking rich by next year, dude. I'm suing.
I would love to just be open book and talk freely.
Nope, I'm suing. You guys are discriminating against. I'm suing you too.
That guy,
because you keep telling me to calm down. I don't want to. I identify as an angry white man sometimes. Just tired of you guys and always restricting me on my creativity and making me feel inferior. I am not inferior, okay?
We're not restricting you. We're just
Shut up, bastard.
We're just trying to help you get through your hard times.
Oh, you're just gonna be all tough because Black History Month's coming. Whoa, watch out there.
That is true. Speaking of Black History Month, I do gotta bring this up.
What is this? Lord.
Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah, I saw something about that. It was like some kind of, I forgot what they called it. No, you got to pay money to see this.
Yeah, I know. I went to
what's wrong with you?
There it is, yeah. So basically, I don't know if you know, but that was basically a statue of, basically it was like a famous picture of Martin Luther King and his wife hugging each other.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that part was kind of the issue.
Well, it's an embrace, all right.
I mean, you know what this reminds me of?
Friday night,
No,
Saturday night.
no.
Don't believe him, just watch.
I don't know, sir, but it looks like a giant dick.
Yeah.
Take a look out of starboard.
Oh my God, it looks like a huge pecker. Oh,
You got to admit, man, when I saw that, I was like, that's exactly what I thought of right away. That was an interesting choice. But I know there's people out there trying to defend it and saying, you know, if you look at the, I don't know. I mean, do people think before they do things sometimes? I just want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do they ever just like look at it and say, "Huh, this is like a like." Literally, that scene I just showed you was exactly how I felt. Exactly how I felt when I saw that. And I agree with what some people say. It's like, why didn't they include a head? So that would like probably help the situation. But that, I don't know, man. That was a pretty weird reveal when I saw him. Like, that is, I can't defend that one. I mean, the good news is it wasn't done on Martin Luther King Day or I guess Black History Month. So I feel good because it would have been a really bad thing to, in my, at least my personal opinion, if that would have came out during that time. So that entire month, we'd probably be thinking about the Martin Luther King statue. At least when it came out. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, when I look, I mean, I get it. I mean, let me see if I can find a picture of what it actually is supposed to look like. So that's the original photo right here.
Mm-hmm.
His hand and her arm is basically what it's supposed to be, but Coretta is her name. That's what. So
yeah, it's both their arms, dude. Give me her arm, his hands. It's both their arms.
Yes, at least that's what it was supposed to be.
That's what it is.
Sure.
Both of her arms and his.
Yeah. From one angle, that's what it is. From other angles, it's kind of weird, man. I don't know. All I know is, well, no. I mean, did you see the tape?
Not all of it. I saw enough. All I needed to get my argument was a little snippet of it, but
I don't know.
Argument is actually different. So
really, what is the people's argument? I want to know.
I don't know. What are your people's arguments?
I haven't really had a chance to talk to my peoples because I've been watching it myself. I could tell you what I think about it, and I totally fucking think, yeah, what the fuck happened? What's fucking wrong?
Okay, that doesn't mean shit.
I know, but I mean, I like I said, I'm just looking at it when I just first saw it. Like I said, I just basically saw it. Like I haven't had time to think about it because it just happened. All I know is that all I did was I was looking at the footage. Maybe I should explain what we're talking about just in case this is old news. Okay, so basically what we're talking about, what's happening right now, this is literally happening as we're recording this podcast. I guess this is sort of pseudo breaking news, but not really because it kind of happened while we're recording. It's basically there was this kid who was arrested by police. It was five Memphis police officers. And basically, because I watched the damn video, they beat the fuck out of that kid. Like, it was fucked up. And after beating him, like, the footage was bad. I ain't gonna lie, when I watched it was bad. Basically, I guess they took him to the hospital, and he wound up passing away from his injuries. And so I guess five officers right now just got, released, or I can't think, I don't know what the right terminology is, but basically the five officers got released. I guess two paramedics are also in trouble too for not quickly administering care. They just kind of left them there and didn't really do nothing till later on. So that's kind of the whole entire story. So that's basically what we're talking about right now. So as of right now, I just saw the footage, so I don't really have anything much to say except to sit there and say that shit was fucked up. It took me a while because they didn't really show the clear image. You just heard them talking and cussing and all that stuff. But it wasn't until like they finally got that aerial shot where you really saw what happened. And yeah, now that shit was fucked up. And especially when you heard the kid when he was, and again, it's another fucking situation where you heard another fucking kid calling for his mom's, whatever. They shot him with a taser, and I don't know if you saw the footage. I mean, if you want me to, I could play it again. I don't know if you saw it, but I could play it. I could go straight to that part. You can see that they kicked him in his head. He was on they dragged him with the police car. That dude was sitting down. He kept slouching over. They kept saying, "Get up!" But nah, that dude was fucked up, man. That was fucked up. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that shit really definitely did piss me off. That was pretty bad.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna riot? You gonna march? What are you gonna do?
I don't know yet. Like I said, this is for me. I'm just seeing all this happen in real time. I haven't really had a chance to process it at all.
These are all black dudes.
And that's the thing. That's what. Oh, the one thing I would say. The one thing I would say is that I am just off the cuff. That I am happy that people had that same energy. They kept that same energy, because
same energy.
Because I'm not sure if you heard, but I think what's it right now. I think it's in Washington. It's Atlanta. I know in New York right now they're marching, they're protesting right now in New York. And actually, they surrounded a cop car and started like banging on it, but a bunch of cops came in and got that cop out of there. But yeah, they were like a bunch of protesters surrounded a cop car, started hitting and stuff. But yeah, I think
same energy do they keep? These cops are out on bail.
No, I'm talking about the people protesting.
Yeah, but what are they going to protest? Black Lives Matter?
That was the difficult part. That's the thing. That's the thing I had to think about. That was yeah. I mean, I would say police brutality, which always happens. Absolutely.
There you have it.
But
they're going to protest.
I mean the police brutality. But I will say, I think yeah, that black. I mean, that's what I was wondering too. I'll be honest with you. I'm very curious on what they're going to do and how they're going to process, because yeah, that Black Lives Matter thing, that's a little complicated now, because it was that's a big thing. All 5 of them were 5 black officers. So which is yeah, that really changes. I don't want to say it changes things. At least in my opinion, it doesn't change things, because like I said, once again, it's the police overexerting their rights and their privileges. Well, so again, yeah, they're out on bail. It's BS. I think they should be locked up, because they definitely.
Because the George Floyd dudes didn't get bail.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. And wasn't this? I don't know. Maybe I don't know if you know anything about it, but I think weren't they when they hand selected, what's it like? Because I think they said this is like a special force, and I think they said, I'm not sure. This is something I heard. I don't know if it's true. So this is a freaking rumor. But from my understanding, I think that group, or I guess the department, I guess what they were in, was like hand selected by the governor. I think. I don't know if you know if that's true or not, but that's something I heard. I don't know if it's true though. I don't live in Memphis. I don't know, but that's something I heard. So that's also something that's like, So, I mean, again, I don't really know. Like I said, I don't really know what to say about this right now. Like, again, as a recording of this just basically happened. So, I'm still trying to process it and see, because the great thing, the one thing I want to say was great about our podcast that I do like is that, unlike every other news organization or all these other people, everybody else who wants to get the news first, we're actually put in a position where we have to wait, so we have the ability to allow things to develop before we talk about it. And I kind of like that about this podcast. But we have these rare moments sometimes that happen on here that, we have breaking news and stuff actually happens while we're on the podcast. and it kind of changes the dynamic. So it's not like I have time to really look at this and think and get my arguments together. So right now you're just getting real raw emotions right now. Well, I want to say I'm not really emotional yet. I'm not even in my emotions yet. But I will say, I watched that tape, and to me, that shit was fucked up. So, and honestly, because especially since it got out on bail, I totally understand. But like I said, I'm not always for rioting, but I'm not going to be mad in this case. I'll be honest with you. But that's just me. Not saying I'm into people destroying their own neighborhoods, but nah, like no, I'm not really for that because that shit was fucked up. I watched that tape, and that dude was handcuffed on the ground. They already had him down. Dude came over there and kicked the crap out. Then they came over and started stomping him out again. And when some dude hit him in the back with a fucking baton, that shit was fucked up. And they already had him in handcuffs, dead to rights.
Mm.
So I don't know. It's bullshit to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think about it, B?
Oh, that's well. Before I ever say something, my condolences go out to. I'm just looking right now. Tyree Nichols.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Have you seen have you seen the video yet?
No.
Hold on. Before you even respond, and I'll just get to the main one. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you real quick. You're gonna have to you're gonna watch the rest of it on your own, like with all the language and stuff, but you're not gonna be able to hear. I mean, you're not gonna be able to hear, but this is the angle where I'm like, yeah, this is some real shit. Let me get to it. All right. There's no audio, but can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So here it is. See that shit?
Mm-hmm. All right, so seen the clip. Like I said, all right, so yeah. So I said my condolences go out to that young man, his family. And that was an unfortunate situation. Now, so I don't know the details of how you even got to that point. Um, so I want to hold off when it comes to that because usually the news, like every year the news like to pick a certain situation and withhold the information until a certain point where the society gets extra pissed off during their feelings and a lot of damage has been caused until they actually release the full footage of what actually got to this point and how all this got to this point and who exactly is this young brother is. Um so I would say it's a terrible situation, but I would say to kind of just like hold off on the whole have control over your emotions until you get the full until you get the full idea of what actually happened. Now, to those police officers, they need to be in jail, and they need to get life in prison. That was unethical. Like I said, I don't know the whole situation. I don't know how it got to that point, but we saw the end result, and it didn't need to go that far. It did not need to go that far where you have six police officers surround this one dude, and they're pulling out pepper spray. They're kicking him on the ground and so forth, so forth. It didn't need to go that far. So because of that action, they caused unwarranted murder, and they need to be sent to jail, 25 to life. Now let's see. And as for anyone who's in a situation like that, guys, just don't. If you're in a hostile situation like that, surrounded by 5 police officers, don't just do what they say. Don't talk to them. Don't try to argue with them. Don't run away, because especially as a black man in America, we don't have that type. We're not protected like that by law in this country, sadly. So just don't argue with them. Don't talk to them. Don't look them in the eye. It's just like just best just listen, hear what they're saying, and just do it. If they try to hit you, take the hits, but be calm. And just do it wherever they say. The safest thing you that can happen to you is trying to get into that cop car as fast as possible. Get in the back seat as fast as possible. Get to the police station. Call your lawyer. This is why, brothers, we need to get on it so we can be able to have a lawyer to call, and so they can handle the rest. I don't think the police officers did the right procedure in saying, "Oh, what was it? They had to say something." Yes. Yeah, the rights. That saying what they had to say.
The Miranda
Before
rights. The Miranda
Yeah,
rights.
Miranda. Yes, correct. So I didn't hear that. So that's already a case for their family, for that young man's family. That's already a good case for them. They had the advantage in that situation. I say those 5-6 police officers, they probably broke every single regulation of what they're supposed to do when it comes to arresting a citizen. So it was just like I said, I feel bad for that young man. He didn't have to lose his life like that. And but this goes to show, this is why when it comes to the police, we gotta be serious when it comes to changing the type of protection that they have. This is not going to change by us being in the streets marching. That's not going. That doesn't do anything. What's going to actually help us is by us being serious with the political side of things and getting these laws changed to take away the police officer protection, because they're part of a union, like the lawyers, the judge, the police officers are all part of the same union, and they're all, and as long as they're under this union, they're always going to be protected, and it's going to be extremely hard to prosecute these police officers to send them to jail. Hell, look at the George Floyd situation, where it took the whole damn planet to get mad in order to prosecute those police officers. so that's telling you something, just how much protection that these police officers have, where the only way they're going to get prosecuted if the whole damn planet is mad about them. So in order for that to stop, we have to divide up their protection. We have to separate. We got to detach the police department from the protection of this union, so they could be on their own, which will make it easier to prosecute these people and get true justice. So yeah, man, it's a sad situation. Like I said, if I was, for the audience that's listening, I will hold on to my, I'll hold on to your feelings until you get the full scope of what actually happened. How did this all started, and why did it get to that point? We just know the end result, the bad side of things, but the news media. We have a whole decade, starting with with Trayvon Martin, where they only show the worst side. They get the society mad, riled up. They have the whole the marching, and it's an apocalypse for this terrorized. We're in an apocalyptic situation for 2 weeks, and then they want to sort of the full footage, and then people are like, oh, okay, well, let's go back to our normal lives. We did all that for no reason. Nothing happened. The news media, they love to feed off our emotions. So, but yeah. So